Oh my lord! Today we're playing more Baldur's Gate 3. And today is gonna be all about the Ranger. This episode is just gonna be a little bit like a small guide, an introduction to the Ranger. And then starting tomorrow, of course, we're gonna play the game, get through the entire game solo, of course, as a Ranger. We've already done this as a Wizard, and that was kind of easy. I'm thinking that the Ranger probably is gonna be a little bit more difficult. Mostly because we don't have access to invisibility until very late in the game. We could do potions, I guess. But except for that, the potions also last only 10 turns. So I think it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. And if it's not difficult, I think I'll like midway through the round I'll like ban invisibility. Because invisibility is brokenly good in this game, I feel like. So, first of all, let's talk about what we're allowed to do and not allowed to do. We're not allowed to add in companions, of course, into our party. We are allowed still to have Halsin and any companions that you have just temporarily. That's fine to have that in the party. We are allowed to do stealth also in this run. I was thinking about maybe banning stealth because now they're banned mechanic, but I think that the Ranger is gonna be not overpoweredly strong. I think stealth is still gonna be fine. But if it's too overpowered, okay, of course we'll ban stealth also. Now, let's get on with the Ranger and talk about how I allocate everything. It's quite simple though, but okay. So I've made a human Ranger. Humans, of course, get +1 to all their ability points, and I think that's the best way of going about things. So he has 16 strength, 16 dexterity, 60 constitution, all the mental stats dumped, all the physical strats up. So, there is a problem with this build. As you can see, we only have Wisdom 9, which is problematic for two reasons. First of all our spellcasting is based on wisdom, and that's problematic. But the thing is, there's nothing here I want to take away. Like, we need constitution, we need dexterity, and we need strength. There could be an argument for dumping strength, because we could use finesse weapons instead, and there could even be a good argument for that, because we probably want to wear a light weapon, or maybe we want to do that. If I didn't know all the weapons in the game, I would probably have argued like that. Because then we can have one like light weapon in our offhand, and then we can shoot as one action, and then as the bonus action we can attack. If something is very close, we can also attack it with that offhand weapon. But I know what weapon I'm gonna pick up. I'm still gonna pick up that sword that gives +2 to armor class, because it's still so freaking good. And I know we're gonna wield that. So I think having strength is gonna be very, very good, but for when we need to fight something up close. And also very good to have access to the sweep action, and it's also very good to be able to jump further. Actually, surprisingly good to be able to jump further, and it's also very good to be able to push heavy things. So I think strength is quite good. Of course we need dexterity. I mean, dexterity is the most important stat. We need it for all our ranged actions, we need it for our armor class, we need it for our initiative, everything is just dexterity. So yeah, we need to max that out. Constitution is of course hit points, and I don't... In one way, you could maybe argue that you don't need that much constitution, because you could pick up Beastmaster later, and the Beastmaster can of course have a summon, and that summon can have a decent pool of HP, and maybe that could tank a little bit for you. I guess that's a valid argument, but for most part of the game we're gonna be running around solo, and I don't really like being too squishy in this game. So what we're losing out, of course, we were losing out spellcasting, we're also losing out by not having wisdom, that is. And we're also losing out perception, and I love my perception. Oof. It's actually my most beloved of all these, what are they even called? Skills? They're called skills. It's my most beloved skill. So I'm a little bit sad about losing out on that. But maybe later on, when on the full release or something, either there's gonna be something which sets our strength, like a belt or something which sets our strength to 20 or something, and then we can probably dump strength and put into wisdom, or there might be in like a headband of wisdom or something which sets our wisdom to 18. That would be nice. Like the wizard has headband for that for intelligence. It would be nice to have that for wisdom also, just saying. So with the class, what have I gone with? This is probably the most important, maybe not the most important, I think this is probably equally as important, but this is probably the most interesting part of what to select here, because it's kind of difficult what to select here. First of all, favored enemy. What do we select as favored enemy? We have a couple of options here. We have the Sanctified Stalker, which gains proficiency in religion, and he gets Sacred Flame. You can see this also down here. He gets Sacred Flame. The Ranger Knight, gets proficiency in heavy armor. I can, spoiler warning, there's no good heavy armor in this game, so you're gonna have worse armor class if you put on heavy armor. So no, we're not doing that. Mage Breaker gives proficiency with Arcana and True Strike cantrip. This is the worst cantrip in the game that we get access to. The problem, as you can see, it's an action. It gives Divine a character's defense to give you advantage on attack rolls against it. So you will get your attack. Let's see. You will get advantage on the next attack roll, but that's just the same thing as attacking twice. So there's no need for. It's even worse than attacking twice, because if you attack twice, you might have the chance to hit twice. But yeah, this. Okay, I guess there's some application for this. Like, let's say you want to fight something in melee, and something is heading for you and want to fight you in melee, and you know they won't reach you on their next turn, so you will be able to attack them on your next turn. Then you can cast True Strike. But that's gonna happen maybe once, probably never in a game. Then we have Keeper of the Veil, of course. I wish that this was just a bonus action. Even though it's an action in the real game, I wish it was just a bonus action. But that would be very good, you say. Yeah, that would be very good. But still, make it a bonus action. Keeper of the Veil. You specialize in hunting creatures from other planes of existence. You gain proficiency in Arcana and cast protection from evil and good. It's probably one of the best ones, honestly. Probably one of the best ones. I don't know when I would use this, but it has some applications. I think the Sanctified Stalker, Keeper of the Veil, these are the best. The best one which are not Bounty Hunter. That's what I would say. Okay, so Bounty Hunter. Because these things essentially give you a non-bonus. Sacred Flame, how often are you gonna use this? Very, very rarely are you gonna use this, instead of just using a range attack. How often are you gonna use protection from evil and good? I mean, at some point you might use it, but still you probably don't want to ever use it. So, we are selecting Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter does not gain much. It gets proficiency in investigation, but it gives creatures you restrain have a harder time escaping. I didn't really understand what this meant, so I had to check out on Wikipedia. And from what I understand, this means that when you shoot Ensnaring Strike, you have the advantage, or they have the disadvantage on the roll to break out of it. And that's probably the best bonus, because the other things we're not gonna use, I see no use for them, so Bounty Hunter is the best because everything else is crap. Okay. Next up, we have Natural Explorer. We have a couple of options here. First up, we have Beast Tamer. You have cultivated a strong bond with animals. You can cast Find Familiar as a ritual. Find Familiar is really overpowered because it's bugged right now. And yeah, you can kill every boss in the game without them being able to fight back against your familiar. But we're not gonna use that bug, so we're not gonna pick up Beast Tamer. Also, Beast Tamer does not work with the Beast Master. We're gonna be a Beast Master later on. We're not about to be a Beast Tamer. We can be a Beast Master, but stronger. Urban Tracker. Also, yeah, why can't you have this with Beastmaster? If you select Beastmaster and you summon that thing, you can't have the Find Familiar at the same time, so there's no use in picking this up. Urban Tracker, an expert at navigating the wilds within your city. You gain proficiency with the Disguise Kit and Thieves Tools. Maybe when the full game releases and there's more uses for that. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Wasteland Wanderer Cold. You've spent endless days surviving desolate tundras. You gain resistance to cold damage, taking only half damage from it. So there's cold, fire, and poison. From my experience in this game, there's almost exclusively fire. There's a little bit of cold, there's a little bit of poison. But compared to how much fire there is in this game, it is always the case in these role-playing games. There's always so much fire. There's a lot of poison also, actually, with all the spiders and everything. So this fire seems like the best choice. Another legit choice would be poison, especially when we fight the spiders later on. But we gotta go with fire. We gotta go with fire because it's fire. And then of course select the human to get +1 to everything. And that is it. I went with the Origin Urchin, by the way, to get sleight of hand and stealth. Yeah, let's play. Member shout out. Man, shout out. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and a special thank you of course to all our members, on the patrons, and here on YouTube. You gotta check out the join button next to the subscribe button if you're interested. Anyways, here they come! Oh! Adam Alexis, Simon Lauer, Rodney Cox, The Soft Pillow, Nathaniel Lizards, Laces and Stunt Up, Michael W, Topless Investments, Peter Gold, Charles Stevens, Gabriel Yulo, Way, Mesabok 1, Tai Tai, Live Moonlight Star, Draken 2000, Jurassic Park, Invoke Legion, John Domin, Gesasaki, On77, Ellie Curtis, Nova VH, MC Hermes, Fumia Kinoshta, Jacob, Steve Dominski, Skysurfer Zero, Tim Dutton, Jake, Dan Lindemann, McDuncan, Rail Gun, Chase Closed, Hansa Koss, Agony Reborn, Ramen News for me, Musketeer, Named Epithet, Der Lurgoff, Tim Lit, Nike, Stricken Mike, Quantum Ying, Shadow Fate Load, Ninja Astral, Optimus, Pocky U, Medic Pissima, Seppi 1310, Martin Newman, Catherine Lois, Kel, Dasby Scott, you, Jake Palmer, Thomas Schwartz, Kyle Hoff, Ewan Robinson, Robert Montgomery, Salim Proctor, Zach Coyle, QGL 8 and 9. Some call me George, Paris Hammond, Bill Murray, Kyle Wedgwood, Patrona Bavaria, Robert Barker, Adam Jacob, Fernando Vizu, Robert Lewis, the Dr. Leos, Santa John, Benoit Pierre, Joseph Zaniga, Nate, TMI, Shamanix, Matthias Porley, DJX Disorder, Carlos O'Dennis, Simon Fairley, Evan Miller, William Cunningham, Kevin Unea 1, Lim Lansson, Jon Silver, Yuri Lepkov, Isabel Nemi Lindfors, DJ D-Star in the Mix, Verokta, Connor Langdon, Show the Mad, George Rollhass, Link is Weak, Willie Beasley, Dan Goodsell, Aaron Noble, Drew Stiles, Adam Alexis, Matthew Goggins, Betsuma, Serge Carmaro, Freeman Stepson, Brenton Dobbs, Steve Drummer, Rainbow Cake, Eventum Tantum, Piotr Stalorsk, Matthias Forward, Ninja Longnum, Infinite Draw, Dr. Jadron, Javier Diaz, Adam Ruth, Barbara McKinley, Butt with Ass, 7guy777, Big Bob, MTG, Patrick Henning, Liquid E, Thanatos, Nesmot, Trumman, Jellybean, Patrick Parks, Martin Newman, Jonathan Burgess, Harshit Singh, Alexander G. Valencia, Loconated, Travis Markley, Frank Sherwood, Farron, Squiddy, Disquidus, I Ate My Neighbor, Christopher Tonkin, Guadalupe Hernandez, Bam Bam, Kevin Shee, Yoda for Sale, Trunks 305 in KC, Michael Brown, Mark Rutledge, Amber Parrott, Jacob Herrer, Rick Mr. Joe, Victor William Bayer, Kleine Dackel, Dr. Bosky, and David L. You guys are amazing. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. And see you tomorrow.
Thank you also. Your bad shoulders are better. What is that? What is that?
More videos. Didn't work. Did not work. Also, you can check out my Patreon link down below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and see you tomorrow.